done. Hello. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT. My voice is gone. I am so goddamn ill, but it is time to go through, of course, your Leeds United versus Manchester United pre-match preview. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, it's late. What are you doing at 11:17 coming at me live with the preview? Well, we've had a day filled with ups and downs, much like Leeds United. I mean, we went out today and let's just say we thought a family member was robbed. There was a lot of possessions that had gone missing. Thankfully, now we have got them all returned. And one of the things that was missing was, in fact, the tickets to Leeds versus Manchester United. So I've been on the phone, on the blower to the ticket office the whole day, trying to get it sorted out. We have got that resurrected now. I will be going to the game, and a game in which we need to get into right now, because what a game it is. How long have we waited for this one? The biggest game in the history of Leeds United Football Club. Leeds versus Manchester United. The biggest game in Premier League history. I mean, the atmosphere tomorrow is going to be like something unheard of, absolutely unheard of. I cannot wait for it, as I'm sure you guys can't at home. And where do we start with this one? It's been 11 years since we've had a packed out Ellen Road welcoming the old rivals to our stadium. Tomorrow is going to be one of those such days. But will it be a successful day for Leeds? Will it be a fruitful day for Leeds? That is what we're going to be going through right now. I think it is time that we do just switch over to the injury list that I do have on my screen for me right here. Hang on a second. It's using the wrong screen. Let me just get that. Oh, no, it's not using the wrong screen. I'm using the wrong screen. There we go. So, of course, for Leeds, we are going to still be missing Sam Greenwood, Patrick Bamford, and Calvin Phillips. The big question going into this one is, are we going to have Stuart Dallas back? Is Stuart Dallas going to miss his first game for Leeds in about 177 appearances? A guy who has been a stalwart for Leeds, a guy who works harder than anyone else in the Leeds United team, and a guy who has been there when we need him most specifically in our last fruitful trip to Manchester, which was, of course, that famous 2-1 victory over Man City last year. Stuart Dallas with the last-minute winner, scoring 2 on the day, in fact. Unfortunately, it does look like he is just going to be out of the game. As you can see here, February 18th, which was yesterday, Dallas is recovering. He hasn't been fully discarded from Sunday's game, but with a late fitness test showing that he is only 25% likely to play, it is not looking likely that we are going to have Stuart Dallas. Liam Cooper, of course, not going to be featuring. Calvin Phillips, like we said before, not going to be featuring. Junior Firpo, 75% likely he could feature, especially with Stuart Dallas out, because without Stuart Dallas playing, who are we going to play in that left-back role? You can see here, Hjeld is also going to be out. Our 3 left-backs that we play, really, are Stuart Dallas, Firpo, and Hjeld, and it looks like there is a slight chance that we have none of them tomorrow. How crazy would that be? I am just going to quickly sort out the tags here, because that is even more crazy, the fact that I don't have any tags. Who have we got in here, by the way? What absolute legend is up at the late time of 11:21 to sit here with me? What absolute machine, animal, beast is here with me now? And I'm sorry if I'm a bit low energy right now, if my voice is gone. I am so ill. My throat is done. It's been one hell of a roller coaster the past couple of days. But let's have a little look at, of course, the key admissions for Manchester United. Edinson Cavani not going to be featuring. Nemanja Matic out. Rafa Varane ill. Actually, hang on a second here. On the way home to the hotel after dinner, he had a team meeting. He had stomach problems. We were hoping to get rid of it with medication, but he did not feel well. Seems to me like Rafa Varane is going to be playing. Eric Bailly, he is, he's come back yesterday. He's had a swollen ankle and will therefore not be part of the squad tomorrow. Will he be featuring in the Leeds game, however, because that was, of course, February 3rd. It is yet to be seen. Mason Greenwood, obviously not going to be playing, and Tom Heaton, not really relevant to the side. So a real packed Manchester United team, a team without many key admissions, a team with Ronaldo firing on all cylinders. Of course, Man United had been going on a rough patch of form as it was. However, last game, they get a win. Ronaldo gets a goal. Things start to look better for Man United. And from a Leeds perspective, I think that's actually a very, very good thing. Because the last thing you want is Manchester United coming into this game on poor form. Because you can just see it. It's happened 1,000,001 times. Someone coming in on poor form, ending up beating Leeds. It just would be, wouldn't it? Ronaldo not scoring, Man United not winning, and then they go and turn over Leeds. But the fact they did get the win, the fact Ronaldo did get a goal, I think that's massive for Leeds. Leeds, of course, going into the game, as we said, with a lot of injuries ourselves, going into the game on poor form ourselves after that disastrous defeat to Everton the other week. I mean, words cannot describe how much of a tenuous situation Leeds have been put into by the fact that we didn't pick up enough points against Villa, by the fact we didn't pick up any points against Everton or Newcastle. Leeds are being thrown straight back down into that relegation dog scrap. And with a massive 3 games coming up in the next 6 days, it is imperative that we get something out of this one. And boy, you can just feel it in the air. Something magic is lurking tomorrow. Daniel James is ready to explode. Keith, evening JT, evening Keith, how are you, my man? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for tomorrow, my brother? How excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you for tomorrow? I tell you something, I'm going to the game and I am a 12 out of 10 excited. That's how crazy. 10 out of 10, exactly. That's what we like to see, my man. My man, who do you see getting the goal for Leeds? Because you can just feel Leeds are going to win, can't you? You can taste it. You can drink it. The confidence is flowing through every sinew in my body right now. Who do you think is going to get the goal for me? It's going to have to be my boy Tyler Roberts. Of course, Tyler Roberts coming under a heavy criticism. Same with Bielsa for, of course, featuring over Joffrey Gelhardt. Joffrey Gelhardt, who a lot of Leeds fans love. A lot of Leeds fans are in love with. Kell Brook just won, and I, in the process, lost a lot of money on that fight because I did put a cheeky bit of money on, a cheeky bet, shall we say, on my boy Amir Khan. However, as we were saying before we do get over to talking about that big, monstrous clash between Kell Brook and Amir Khan that has just concluded, Patrick Bamford, of course, out. And with Patrick Bamford out, we have really lacked clinicality in front of goals. A lot of people seeing Joffrey Gelhardt as the solution. Bielsa tending to persevere with Roberts instead. Bielsa coming under a lot of criticism for that. Tyler Roberts coming under a lot of criticism for that. And look, no matter what you think about Tyler Roberts, no matter what you think about Joe Gelhardt, no abuse is necessary for anyone. No abuse is warranted, especially online abuse. However, is Joffrey Gelhardt the finished article? Is Joe Gelhardt someone who we should be banking on in a big game like this? If you do head over to, of course, the Just Joe Football Show, we did have a lovely in-depth chat about it. Me, Joe, and of course your boy Lewis Dayton. We had a big chat about it. We went into heavy detail on Tyler Roberts, on Joe Gelhardt, and Leeds' striking problems as a whole going into this game. So if you do want a bit more in-depth breakdown on it, do go and check that out. However, look, for me, I said it there, I'll say it again. Daniel James has got to start for me tomorrow. Daniel James will have a point to prove. He will be coming back with a vengeance against his former club. And for me, Daniel James is, he's extremely effective on the counter-attack. And on the counter-attack is where they're more likely going to hit Man United, especially with someone like Harry Maguire back there. Harry Maguire is a fridge on wheels. He is there to be got at. He is there to be exposed. And with Daniel James up front, I think Leeds could cause them some serious problems on the counter-attack, because it is likely that Man U are going to have spells in the game where they are dominating a lot of the ball. That is just going to happen. There's no way we're going to avoid it. DJ scoring tomorrow. Daniel James scoring tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful, man. Against his former club, knee sliding in front of the away fans, shushing them. Oh, man, it is going to be absolutely delectable to watch. But yeah, for me, Daniel James has got to start up front. What do you think about the whole Joe Gelhardt and Joe Gelhardt and Tyler Roberts situation? What do you guys think about that one? Let me know in the comment section down below, and anyone here in the chat right now, let me know. Do you think Tyler Roberts has a future in the side? Do you think he has a place in the squad? Or do you think his time is numbered at Leeds United? Do you think Joe Gelhardt is as good as people say he is? Do you think he is someone that we should be starting week in, week out? Of course, up for heavy debate, especially in a big game like tomorrow. For me, I think what you do, you save Joe Gelhardt, use him as an impact player coming off the bench tomorrow, and you start him against Liverpool on Wednesday. That's what I think you do. And then you rest Dan James on Wednesday, and you put Dan James in on Sunday against Tottenham, or Saturday against Tottenham, should I say. But let me know what you guys think about that one. And before we do leave off, I think it is score prediction time. I know this has been a little bit quick. It's been a little bit of a glossed over preview, but it is very late. I'm going to the game tomorrow. I need to be up for it. I'm sure you guys need to be up and energized and ready and raring to go as well. So as we say, can we get some score predictions in the chat? For me, I am going to have to... Oh, are we going to keep a clean sheet? Are we going to keep a clean sheet? That's the question, isn't it? And if that's the question, what is the answer? And I think for me, as I said before, it has a hell of a lot to do with whether we can keep them from getting any set pieces in dangerous positions, because Leeds are vulnerable when it comes to defending set pieces. We are woeful. We had 4 centre-halves on the pitch against Everton in Hjeld, Koch, Struijk and Llorente, but yet Keane is just chilling. Big chilling at the back post. No problem notching it in. The Dan Bob 1982. What's going on, my brother? 2-1 Chief. How we could do with the Chief Radaby at the back to help us from conceding those set pieces, like I said. But 2-1, it's good score. It's good scoreline. I mean, I'd take it 100%. Like I said, do I think we could cede 2-2? I fancy at worst, or win 2-1. Yeah, man, I'd really love to keep a clean sheet, but I can just see Ronaldo scoring. I don't know about you, but something in my head just sees him scoring. And I think a 3-1. I think a 3-1 is really resonating with me right now. I think a 3-1 is going to happen. Daniel James hat-trick? Nah, probably Dan James with 1. Tyler Roberts with 2. That's what I see happening. DJ and TR with the goals for me. But yeah, 3-1 is my prediction. And like I said, it is going to come down to stopping them from getting those set pieces. It is going to come down to stopping them from causing us problems on the counter-attack. We saw it last time we played Man U. We held our own, actually, in the first half quite well. Second half, we won all guns blazing podcast style for the opening 6 to 7 minutes. Luke Ayling, of course, getting his goal. But after that, Man U just came forward with tirade of attack after attack after attack. And they came through with ease, really. It was way too easy for them to just walk through, cut us open like a hot knife through butter. Absolutely no resistance to it. We crumbled like a digestive in a hot mug of tea in that game. We got to make sure not to let the momentum slip in this one, because we've seen it so much this season. No matter how we play, we can have a poor 5 minutes, and before you know it, we've conceded 3 goals and the game has gone. It's happened so many times, especially against Manchester United. I hope you're right, JT. Will be a nice 3-1. Absolutely. MOT lads, did you watch Khan versus Brook? I did. I had it on the side. As I said to anyone that didn't know, we had, let's just say we had a lot of a problem, a big problem where we thought someone had been robbed in my family, because we did lose their possession somewhere. Thankfully, later on, hours later, it was returned. But one of the things that were missing were the match day tickets. So I've been on the, I've actually had the fight on the side, and I've been on emailing, calling up all the ticket office, trying to get new tickets sorted for tomorrow. But yes, I did. I have also lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money on the fight, unfortunately. Let's have a little look at Khan versus Brook. Let me see if there's a any statistics to go through. But yes, what a fight. What a fight. Amir Khan, of course, being defeated by Kell Brook. Amir Khan, who I did put, do I want to say how much I put on? I put a £20 accumulator with that and a horse race. The horse race actually won, so I was on for some serious dough. I'll put it that way. So the fact that he lost isn't really sitting too well with me, but of course, congratulations to Kell Brook. Big victory for him. And yeah, a great fight by Brook. Great fight by Kell Brook indeed. A fight which really and truly should have happened 10 years ago. It really should have happened 10 years ago. I don't know why it's taken so long for those fights. Boxing is just messed up, man. We saw it with the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight. We saw it with Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. These fights just drag on and on and on and on, and they end up happening when fighters are way out of their prime. Yeah, we should see fights in boxing a hell of a lot earlier than when they happen. It's really disgraceful the way the sport is run. It's a complete mess from top to bottom. It's kind of like how Leeds were run for the better part of 16 years before better part of 16 years, probably 20 plus years before Radrizzani came in. Absolute mess from top to bottom, just like Man United's defenders' underpants are going to be from top to bottom when they have Daniel James sprinting at them from the first second from the off tomorrow. As we said before, we are going to have to deal without Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips, who of course was instrumental in the last home game we played against Manchester United, where he absolutely pocketed Bruno Fernandes, had him in his back pocket. He opened up his back pocket, had his wallet, his keys, and Bruno Fernandes. Boxing is well too fixed in general. Should be a league like footy. I don't know if it should be a league, because it wouldn't really work with boxing, because you have to have months in between fights for fight camps and all of that. A league wouldn't work, but it should be like how the UFC is, where everyone's under one organization and you don't have like the amount of belts there are, and everyone's fighting under different commissions. How are you gonna have 2 to 3 world champions, like world heavyweight champions? There should only be one world champion. There should be one best fighter. And because they're all tied down to these different organizations, there's so many loopholes and different rules and laws that they all have to follow in order to fight each other. Whereas in the UFC, they can just go like, oh, you're fighting him. You're the number one contender, you're fighting him. It's all under one straight thing. The boxing is just complete mess from top to bottom. You could argue because of that, it does give the fighters more freedom. And when you are at the top, you do earn a lot more than what you do at the UFC. What a shocking, and speaking of that, what a shocking performance by Amir Khan. Look, as I said before, look, Amir Khan, how old actually is Amir Khan? Let me get his actual age out. 35 years old. Look, man, it's not a prime. It's not a prime Amir Khan. It's not a prime Amir Khan if we're honest. An Amir Khan who relied heavily on pace, an Amir Khan who relied heavily on combination work. He looked tired, 35 years old. That's what I'm saying, man. There are some Yeah, I know they're both 35, but there's some fighters that rely more heavily on speed, that rely more heavily on reflexes, that rely more heavily on the speed of their hands, the quick work. He was one of those fighters, and as you can see with his later bouts, including tonight, he just hasn't got the pace anymore. He hasn't got the venom in his shots. He looks tired. He looks lethargic to me. He does. He really does. But like I said, I do want to have a whole nother video talking about that Amir Khan Kell Brook fight. We are going to be going through that one tomorrow. It's good to see actually here that you guys like your fighting, because I've been trying to bring more fight content into my thing. Obviously, this is like predominantly, you know, football and Leeds content, but you know, I've been trying to bring some fight content in here. I'm glad to see that there are some people here that are also interested in boxing, in UFC, and that kind of stuff. And hey, I would much happily bring a lot more of that into my content as well, because I do love watching fighting. I mean, especially one like this that you can actually watch without having to stay up till 5 goddamn a.m. Let me tell you something, is peak being from England trying to watch these fights, because they're all so late. It's so jarring. But like I said anyway, it is 11:38. I do have to be up early for the game. Here's hoping for 3 points tomorrow. Exactly, man. We're going to get 3 points tomorrow. We're going to smash Manchester United. Oh, Man U are going to get their asses whooped. As a Man U fan, ironically, has just joined the chat to see his boys get smacked. But yes, here's hoping for 3 points tomorrow. Daniel James on the score sheet. Tyler Roberts on the score sheet. Ronaldo, unfortunately, probably also going to be on the score sheet. Time to spin Maguire like a Beyblade and expose him for the fridge on wheels that he truly is. And time for Leeds to get all 3 points. A massive 3 points to push us up the table. Of course, with results today not all going our way. Let me just get the PL table up for you. Of course, I mean, what a massive 3 points that was for Tottenham, by the way. What a crucial 3 points that was in the title race. Liverpool now just 3 points behind if they can win their game in hand over Manchester City. Chelsea, it looks like are really out of it. It does look like it has gone down to being a 2-horse race. I mean, that Harry Kane 95th minute winner. If only they could have secured the deal against Southampton the other week instead of slipping up to them. That would have really helped us. But this here, massive. Brentford. Ronaldo will cry when he misses a shot. Oh my god, you see the video of him basically in tears. Your defense is as weak as God's chin. Unfortunately, I'd love to dispute that, but you've got me there. You've got me there. You've got me there, mate. You've got me there. You've got me there. But what I will say is our counter-attack and our attacking football is as quick and as dynamic as a prime Amir Khan, the prime Amir Khan that went to the Olympics. That's how dynamic, quick, and fiery our attack is. And that's the attack that's going to cause you some serious problems. You can have that one indeed. That was quality, mate. That was a good one, mate. But like I said, Brentford now 3 games in hand over Brentford, and Brentford are on 24 points. Everton failing to capitalise on their game in hand. Newcastle indeed capitalising, and wow, they are right up our arse now. Newcastle have really turned this around. and it's looking scary. But Everton failing to capitalise. Massive for Leeds. Crystal Palace now just 3 points ahead with, of course, 2 games in hand for Leeds. 2 games in hand, which are very tough games. But the Premier League table is, it's given Leeds an opportunity. We have a chance back now. Teams dropping points that are above us allows us a route back towards mid-table and, hopefully upper half of the table. So it's imperative we get a win tomorrow because the next 2 games do not get any easier. But for now, guys, like I said, I will see you tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow after the game when I am back. Probably a few pints sunk back as well. And I'll be here with you tomorrow evening to go through it all. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy the content and you want to make sure you don't miss any more, then make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been a pleasure. And I will see you very, very soon. Come on, Leeds. Massive, massive game tomorrow. Au revoir, my brothers. Good night, all. Good night. Shout out, by the way, to El Caxi, Keith, Ebrama, Randy Hopkins, and, of course, the Dan Dobb 1982. Have a good one. Have a good one indeed. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you guys. I'm sorry it's brief, like I said, but what a game. What a day it has been. And what a better day tomorrow will be as well. But like I said, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Au revoir, my boys.